Alright, hey guys, so, on to chapter 2, and this is backyard fruits and nuts. So, there's the page on that one. And I'm just going to read this little section right here, and then we're going to get into the very next part of it. So, it used to be that nearly everyone had some kind of fruit or nut tree in his or her yard. And in older neighborhoods, you can still find mature trees that bear fruit reliably every year with little or no care. In West Sacramento, California, almost every yard in neighborhoods that were settled by Dust Bowl refugees in the 1930s has some kind of citrus tree along with figs and avocados. In rural New England, I hate that word. You can't swing a cat without hitting an abandoned apple tree, though most of them have been so neglected that the old adage about pruning an apple tree open enough so that you could toss a cat and clear the branches doesn't apply. At some point in our recent collective history, however, we seem to have decided that the fruit growing in our own yards and surrounding landscapes and not purchased from the grocery store is not worth eating. Strolling those same neighborhoods of Sacramento at Christmas time, I've been surprised at the sight of bushels of lemons, grapefruits, and oranges falling from the trees and rotting on the ground for lack of willing harvesters. That's sad. With a renewed interest in organically grown food, more people are planting fruit trees, shrubs, and vines in their yards. Growing fruit can be as easy as potting up a few strawberry plants or putting in a few canes of raspberries. You might think that growing fruit requires a designated orchard space, but in fact, many traditional fruiting plants can be easily incorporated into existing landscapes. And there are many traditional landscape plants that also bear edible fruits. Fortunately, even if you can't grow your own fruit, you can forage it. Organizations like Fallen Fruit map fruit trees on public lands where you can go foraging. Even if all you can find is imperfect fruit, you can still make jam with it, or maybe even wine. Okay. So the first one in this is growing strawberries. So here we go. And by the way, guys, I bought 2 more packages of seeds. One is the lemon cucumbers, and I have a lot of those planned out in my gardens. And alpine strawberries, and I'm going to be buying some more of these seeds. Plus, I bought the Eversweet strawberries from Tractor Supply. So there's that. I got those last week. Alright. So, growing strawberries. If there is one fruit every homesteader and suburbanite should cultivate, it is strawberries. No matter where you live, there is a variety that will thrive in your area. Though they do best in cool, moist regions, they can be grown in hot, dry climates, especially where windbreaks are provided, and supplemental watering is possible during July, August, and September. Selecting the best berries. There are 3 distinct fruiting habits in strawberries. Summer bearers produce one large crop of fruit once during the season, usually for about 2 weeks. Depending on your growing season and region, you can get early season, mid-season, or late season bearers. Ever bearers produce a crop in the spring, then either produce smaller crops every 6 weeks or so, or produce one more crop in the fall. Alpine strawberries, the closest descendants of wild strawberries, are perennial and are often grown as borders or ground covers. Unlike the other types of strawberries, they can be grown from seed and will bear throughout the growing season. Their fruits are small and often intensely flavored. How they grow. Strawberries require 2 years to produce the best fruit. Though my plants that I planted in the spring of 2021, they did exceptionally well. If you set healthy plants in moist soil in a prepared bed in early spring, they will produce new roots in a few days, followed by several new leaves of normal size. For most varieties, runners begin to emerge in June, forming new plants that take root near the original plant. New runners grow from the new plants, and in this way a succession of new plants is soon growing around the original. Plants produce blossoms the first year, and these will develop into fruit if not pinched off. Pinching them off will encourage your plants to develop strong root systems and vigorous growth. Your reward will be next season's abundant crop of large, healthy, delicious berries. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have two separate areas where we're going to have strawberries. And I'm going to do them in raised beds, of course. And in one part of them, I'll pinch off the blossoms. I'm going to kind of do this as an experiment. And then the next ones, I'll let those fruit the first year. So we'll see. Your reward will be next season's abundant crop of large, healthy, delicious berries. In the spring of the fruiting year, buds that developed the previous fall develop into blossoms. The first one to open on a cluster contains the most pistils and becomes the largest fruit with the most seeds. And the next and later ones become successively smaller fruits. Okay. So, a fruiting glossary, sorry. My nose itches. Canes. A woody stem of various berries, grapes, and other plants. Cultivars. A cultivated variety created by cross-pollinating two different plants within a species. Girdle. To remove a strip of material or bark all around a plant, thus cutting off its water and nutrient circulation. Graft. The surgical union of two different plants or trees by attaching a branch or scion, scion, to a rootstock. Pistil. Female parts of a plant. Runner. Horizontal stem with new plants along its length. Scion or something. I don't know how to pronounce that. The portion of a grafted plant above the rootstock. Self-fruitful. Describes a plant or variety that can be fertilized by pollen from the same variety. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and read this because this is really good information to know. This is the best strawberries by region. The following strawberries are renowned for their excellent flavor. South and Gulf Coast, Tangy, medium to large. Mid-Atlantic Coast, Pocahontas, medium to large, bright red. Raritan, medium to large, firm, bright red. Surecrop, medium to large, dark red. So that's the Mid-Atlantic Coast. Northeast, Early Glow, medium to large, deep red. Redcoat, medium to large, sweet, firm. Sparkle, medium to large, dark red. Midwest, Guardian, large, bright red. Midway, medium to large, dark red, juicy. Sparkle, medium to large, dark red. Southern Plains, Cardinal, very large, rich flavor. Pocahontas, medium to large, bright red. Trumpeter, medium to large, bright red. Upper Plains and Rockies. Cycling, large, bright red. Dunlap, medium to large, dark red. Sparkle, medium to large, dark red. Trumpeter, medium to large, bright red. Northwest. Hood, very large, dark red. Totem, medium to large, bright red. California and the Southwest. Tillicum, small to medium, soft, tart. And Tioga, medium to large, firm, and shapely. Alright, there's another one they don't mention in here that grows really, really, really well. And that is the Ozarks. The Ozark berries. Ozark Beauties. Those are the absolute best. Those are the ones that I had that I planted in Michigan that did so well. And I've also been told that they do really well down here. So, definitely getting some of those plants. Alright, so that's it for the beginning of backyard fruits and nuts, and then growing strawberries. And give me a minute, and I will get on to the next one. Bye, guys.